Welcome back to Dynamite City. I know we're not talking about the game much because we have such interesting stories.
And also, it's Luigi's Mansion. You know it.
You know
I
it.
don't.
You
As
know.
I raise my hand.
As you raise your hand.
Let it be known to the court that Joe raised his hand.
But I guess you just bust ghosts.
It's pretty much.
I mean, the Ghostbusters game?
Except for this one, and she tells you more about how.
Oh my god, we should play the Ghostbusters
I
game.
fucking love the Ghostbusters game. I'll play it with you, bro.
It's. Was that multiplayer?
Yeah.
I mean, there was like a versus.
Yeah.
It was a co-op. It was a
What's
sweet
that
It was
co-op.
a co-op.
Oh, there was a co-op?
Yes, it was the
Shit.
It was just co-op.
That was like its main selling point, was that it was a good game that also was good co-op.
Yeah. But in the main story, you play like a newbie to the Busters.
Yeah,
I don't know how they do co-op. I think you get to convince them or something.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
know
like,
that
hey, you
had
get to be the
co-op.
new guy, and I get to be...
That's the only time where being player 2 would be sweet.
I don't know. I know a lot of people who actually prefer Luigi.
Me?
I do like Luigi. Then again, that's just because Mario's. Mario.
Mario's generic.
Alright, so Mario suffers from the same problem that Mickey Mouse has.
Can't have a
He's a
personality.
mascot, so he can't have a personality. Luigi has a defined personality. He's a coward,
And he's amazing.
and it makes him a more interesting and fleshed out person.
Which means he's far more courageous, because he
'Cause
goes
he's-
head first into
exactly.
everything that Mario does.
But
I
he
love
is-
him in any spin-off RPG game where he has his own little separate story.
Chris, even in
He has his
The-
own little...
even in Seven Star Saga, you don't see Luigi, but you can read one of his dreams, which is just he wants to be as brave as Mario.
In Paper Mario, there is a secret basement where Luigi keeps his diary.
Sure,
And he talks
diaries.
about...
And the corpses.
talks about wanting to hunt ghosts.
Of course.
And I was like, well, that was an interesting story.
That's
Then
a-
this happened.
That's an odd quarry to want to hunt.
I think I'm misquoting it horribly.
If there were ghosts, I would totally hunt ghosts, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. I would like to.
That would
I'd
be
only
like
hunt them for giggles. You can keep all of the shits.
Ooh, I like this
billiard
one.
ghost.
Yep. He's going to hit the billiard balls, and you have to hit him with the billiard balls.
Those are some giant balls.
Well, he's a ghost.
Yeah, but there's 3.
He's got the biggest balls of them all.
Whoa!
You have to wait for him. There you go.
That
It just...
disappeared.
It's Ichabod Crane.
What
There's a
about-
statue of this guy, I think.
You know that statue outside does look a lot like this guy.
Maybe. And he is playing billiards, so I imagine he's quite wealthy.
I don't know.
He has his
I-
own billiards room.
That's
no,
a bit
maybe he's
different.
just crashing the place. Because everyone else was dead when he died. But wait, then why does he have a statue of himself?
He was stuck here
If
for
it
a
is,
very
yeah.
long time. It was a statue of someone much fatter.
Someone with
He died of starvation living in this house and carving his own statue.
You don't play pool, do you, Joe?
I can't say I'm a golfer.
Way to go. You've shot it once. Every other time you bumped it against the table.
Bump.
Now, why is it facing slightly at an angle?
what?
The table.
Why not?
Do you have to align it perfectly with north? I'm not a billiards man.
I honestly expected Geoff to go into like a long discussion of the history of billiard tables and why they have to be like
Yeah,
how the
I
pros
do
do
know
it
that
like
one of
this.
the main uses of slate is for billiards tables because it is so extremely
Yeah.
flat. And that's why billiards tables are so heavy, is because if you have a good one, it's made of slate because it doesn't warp with moisture.
That's why spill everything you can on your billiards table, folks.
And that's why, oh no,
No,
I
that'll
scratched
ruin
the
the
green.
felt.
You just get it refelted because it's a giant hunk
slab.
of stone.
Yep.
It's that's where we hid the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Just put it in a billiards table.
No one will ever find it. It's at your local bowling alley.
Oh,
You didn't even
He
do that.
hit himself.
You felt bad.
what did I hit you with, Shaw?
Because billiards and bowling go so well together, I always think that Big
They're-
Lebowski.
Yeah, it's billiards and bowlings are what I like to call just the old man The old man games.
I call them the domestic beer games.
Beer games works, although I always think more of darts for beer games, which
Oh yeah.
always seemed like a problem waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm a
let's
big
get
fan.
inebriated and throw sharp objects.
But you wouldn't have this at a
around.
bar, but anywhere there is billiards, there is always beer.
There's-
But I say domestic here because it's just one of those things that, what do you want? Bud, Miller, or Coors? And like,
No.
because of, under normal circumstances, no, but it's like me and beverages, no. Eggnog is delicious, but it's only delicious at Christmas time because if I have it any other time, I'm like, it's not as delicious, and then I don't want the eggnog.
Eggnog is never delicious. However, as somebody who loves Cadbury cream eggs, I get where you're coming from.
He was never good.
I just had a thing of eggnog today.
Eggnog is never delicious.
And one of the things I always drink, I always drink Mott's tomato juice whenever I'm on a flight. I know I can buy it. It is not the
But
best
it's only
tomato
good
juice.
when you're on.
It's only good when on a flight, and they're like, "Here you go." I'm like, "No, leave the can. Would you like ice or black pepper?" The fuck do I look like? A mook?
You do look like a mook.
To be fair, he's right. You do kind of look like
You look
you have that
exactly.
mook demeanor
When
about
you looked up mook in the dictionary, it is you. It's not even a picture of you. You're just sitting in the dictionary
Hello?
because you're a mook.
In other news, get out of my fucking dictionary.
So I'm Dumbledore. Yes.
Dumbledore.
Or are we trying to start a Harry Potter Puppet Pals thing?
Not really. I just like saying Dumbledore. And
I
that
love how I called it
works.
Harry Potter Puppet Pals.
Yeah,
That will violate copyright.
I do love me some Puppet Pals. Both Puppet Pals from the what? No, it's not the,
The
Justice
Justice League?
Friends.
No, it's
What's
it is the Justice
is it?
Friends.
Right, because it's either the Super Friends or the Justice League, so they were the Justice Friends.
Yeah, it was Captain America.
No, it was Major Glory,
Major
the
Glory.
Infraggable Kronk, and
But
Valhalla.
Captain America's an actual thing.
Captain America's the real one. Major Glory's the fake one.
Major Glory, the Infragnable Krunk, and Valhalla. Chaw. I love how he was a surfer, dude.
Of course.
You know, Thor from the comics was actually like that.
No, Bruce.
I'm trying to fool him and give him misinformation.
But
Thor?
no one would believe that.
No one would believe
I'm
that
trying to fool him.
No one would
Good
believe
point.
that I was that stupid. I
I
am,
might.
but no one would believe.
Oh,
It's the projector room. Sorry, projection room.
it's the best room is what it is.
I love this room so much.
Astral
It's one of the few rooms I remember, like distinctly.
Yeah, this tends to be the one everyone remembers, I think.
This is kind of cool. If only it started like a cartoon on the, or at least had a countdown. Because being a projector is one thing, but they missed the opportunity to have,
Have a film reel going off.
yeah,
That would have been neat.
maybe in the remake for the DS. The DS still being a viable system they make games for. If only in this room they didn't make the smoke that they do, because then it's pretty obvious what they are.
Yeah.
Apparently this is the dustiest house in the world.
Well,
Might have been made exclusively from dust.
Going to the game from Dust.
From dusk to dawn.
you know, I had considered trying to play that one because I felt like watching you guys attempt to rescue villagers, or knowing you guys not even giving a shit about the villagers would have been amusing.
What game?
From Dust.
Oh.
It's you play God trying to make little villagers and shit.
So that one episode of Futurama.
Kinda.
God needs booze.
God needs
It's the only commandment I respect. It's the only commandment I expect.
God is
Oh,
is a
some
Holy
religions
Spirit.
that believe that God is in space and that one
That's Mormonism.
giant galactic body that is nothing but alcohol and smells like raspberries. Now I would.
I love how we somehow know how it smells.
Well, I was about to comment on that. The comments on that article were, how do we know what it smells like?
keto.
But in my chemistry class, we were supposed to mix alcohols and acids, and
And that's the smell.
that is one of the smells. One of them is banana, the other is rum. And I'm like, rum, raspberries, of course, they're both made from alcohol.
And they told us raspberries are made of alcohol.
Yep.
Raspberries are probably made from an alcohol and an acid.
Well, it's strawberry flavor.
Yes.
And then there's the natural sugars. And then there's red 12, which occurs naturally in nature.
Well, to be fair, one of the reds just comes from crushed up cochlear beetles.
Yep.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Probably not, but it's close enough.
If I was Jeopardy, I would accept it.
No, you wouldn't. Jeopardy's a bunch. No, Jeopardy wasn't the assholes. That was what was it? Wheel of Fortune.
A curio
with the
cabinet?
Curio.
That was so funny.
And the other guy said cabinet, but that was apparently acceptable.
Because I remember in Jeopardy, one of the few times I actually watched it, they were like, a person of sexual deviancy and also a gardening tool. And
Ken Jennings said a hug.
And the answer was a rake. But they then, like several turns later, the judges have decided that they were dicks and are now accepting it and giving him money. Ken Jennings was like, fuck yeah. The reign of Ken Jennings. And apparently there's some people mad at, like, I read recently, like, a Chinese guy playing it with game theory.
Yep.
Yeah, people are getting pissed about that.
Why?
Because people are idiots.
Yeah, for no reason. They're, like, getting...
You have to realize the average viewer of Jeopardy is the same 90-year-old woman. Just this one woman.
She's got, like,
That's their entire
6 million televisions.
My parents watched it until I got more answers right than they did. Because of emu and cubic zirconia.
That's a damn good reason to stop watching Jeopardy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, like, where are you getting all this information? You got internet. I found Wikipedia.
Oh no, he's learning.
So
Yeah,
I have one of the few.
It's a true fact about shows like Jeopardy that
It's one of the few instances where my random assortments of vast amounts of knowledge, as opposed to vast amounts of knowledge about
an actually useful subject.
No, I have a lot of information, but none of it very deep. So I would be great at trivia, which is why John doesn't play You Don't Know Jack with me.
I do. So I have the same thing.
Most of us have it to some extent. But the thing about Jeopardy is, the way the show is designed is the correct answer is the most obvious one, 90% of the time. You don't have to know the subject, you just have to know that the subject is a thing. Because they want the people at home to be able to guess. So they don't ask you
Hard
questions that are very complicated. They just go for the hopes that most
The only
people
thing that would
will
kill
only
me
know
in Jeopardy
some
would
of
be
these.
current events. I don't pay attention to current events.
You probably should.
Not really. I'm not going to affect them in any way, so why should I learn them? Because they're going to
They
change on
could
a weekly
affect
basis.
you.
Depends on what country I decide to live in.
They could affect you. There are people who are
They affect the
90%
twins.
sure we're about to hit World War III.
For all you viewers watching this during World War III,
We called it.
Right here. Ding.
I caused it.
Can we make it Dynamite? No, it's not.
Yep.
We promise.
Dynamite City promise. I guarantee you World War III will happen. Maybe not in our lifetimes, but probably.
Probably.
Yeah. That's
Well,
not even us being
Well, with
pessimistic.
Putin deciding he needs to reform the Soviet Union.
Yeah. Then Russia's just being like, all right.
I'm sorry, it's just with humans being humans. No, you have to summon them by spinning the mobile. I always knew Luigi was a bottom. Ah.
Nope.
That was
Yeah, you just have to spin it.
yeah.
Yeah.
To win. Demacia.
Just stand underneath it and rotate the C-stick. Alright, you did it.
God, they're creepy.
Yeah.
Thinking about twin children.
They're the kids of the
They're-
jacked guy.
No, they're somehow the double dragon.
No, they
Jimmy and Jimmy.
are who solved the mysteries?
The Hardy Boys
Yep,
or
they're
the
the Hardy
Hardly
Boys.
Boys?
The Hardly Boys.
Because the Hardly Boys are the ones who solve the mysteries and
I've got
also
a
have
clue.
boners.
Massive clue. Fine. Don't let me hit you with the. I think you
Go
have
to
to.
bed.
think you have to open them, and either you're right or you're wrong.
Yep.
So they're the Three Stooges.
I think you have to do it over again.
Wait, I think you can vacuum them. Alright, join us next time when we figure this one out.
Or don't.